Over the next few minutes, we're gonna pull back the curtain on the invisible force that drives every single decision to buy. And spoiler alert, it's not really about price tags or feature lists. It's all about human connection. Let's dive right in.
Think about it. You're scrolling through your feed. Why do you stop for one ad, but just blow right past 100 others? What's the secret sauce? It's this puzzle that companies spend billions and billions of dollars trying to solve. And you know what? The answer is actually pretty simple.
Because here's the thing, the secret isn't in what you're selling, it's in who you're selling to. It's not about being the loudest voice in the room. It's about learning to understand those unspoken needs, those hidden desires that are really pulling the strings.
Okay, so let's do it. Let's take a look inside the consumer's mind. What is really going on in there when someone decides to click that button, to make that purchase, or to just walk away?
And this isn't some abstract theory either. We're talking about the entire journey. From that very first little spark of an idea, I need something, all the way through that messy middle of comparing options and right to the end, how they actually feel after they've bought it.
And you know what? It all really boils down to these three things. The three pillars. Think of this like the DNA of every single choice a person makes. If you can get a handle on these three, you can pretty much understand any consumer decision out there.
All right, first up, psychology. This is all about the internal monologue, that little voice inside your customer's head. It's their gut feelings, their hidden beliefs, their hopes, their fears. It's the what they truly think and feel deep down, even if they can't quite put it into words themselves. Next, we've got motivations. So if psychology is what they're thinking, motivation is the big why behind it all. What's the engine that's actually driving them forward? Yeah, sure, sometimes it's obvious, right? My old phone is broken, I need a new one. But way more often it's subconscious. It's, this brand makes me feel safe, or wearing this watch makes me feel like I've made it.
And that brings us to the third pillar, behavior. Now, this is the part we can actually see. It's the click, it's the purchase, it's the download. But, and this is so important, the behavior is only the result. It's just the tip of the iceberg. It's the outcome of those two invisible forces we just talked about, psychology and motivation. So if you want to change the action, you have to understand the thought first.
So we have the framework, right? Psychology, motivations, behavior. But so what? How do we take that insight and actually make an impact in the real world? How do we put this stuff to work?
Well, here's the big mental shift you have to make. You've got to stop broadcasting at people. Instead, you use these insights to start a real conversation with them. Your message needs to be less like a megaphone and a lot more like a whisper right in their ear.
Let me show you exactly what I mean. On the left, you've got your standard generic message. Our product has 5 new features. Okay, cool, I guess. It's all about the product. But now, look at the right, the psychological message. Our product helps you save time for what matters most. Whoa, see the difference? One sells a list of specs, the other sells a better life. Which one do you think really lands?
Okay, let's bring this all home. Section 3, your next conversation. How can you use this today? Like in the very next email you write or the next meeting you have. This quote right here, it just says it all, doesn't it? The key is to communicate with the customer, not just at them. Look, anyone can broadcast. It's easy to just shout a list of facts and figures. But real connection, that's a dialogue. And that dialogue always starts by listening to what's going on in their world. So, I'm gonna leave you with this one question to think about. What is the one thing your customer truly deeply wants but would probably never, ever say out loud? Is it a sense of security? Is it freedom from some daily frustration? Is it just the feeling of being seen and understood? If you can find that unspoken need, you found the key. Not just to a sale, but to real, lasting loyalty.